Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today. So children, today we will be doing a beautiful poem in English. Okay, and the name of the poem is Six Honest Serving Men. Alright, and this is a beautiful poem written by Rudyard Kipling, and he has written this poem about his own experience in life. Okay, what all experiences he himself had in life, that he has put it down in this poem. So the six honest serving men are who? The six honest serving men are people who helped him to learn a lot in life. And who are these people? These people are actually the questions that he has asked when he was growing up. Okay, so who are actually the six honest serving men then for Rudyard Kipling? It is what, who, why, when, how, and where. Okay, so these are Rudyard Kipling's six honest serving men. Now let us read the poem first and try to understand the meaning of the poem, and then we will do an exercise which is part of the poem. Now this entire poem is dedicated to questions, children. Okay, so the exercise also will be related to how will you ask good questions. Okay, but that will be later. We will first start with the reading and trying to understand this poem by Rudyard Kipling, Six Honest Serving Men. So see, I keep six honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. So what is he doing? What has he done? He has kept six honest serving men. Here serving men means servants or people who work for you. Now his six servants or six working men, serving men, are very honest people. Okay, whatever he asks them, they give him the right and correct information. Look at one more word which he has said here. He has said that they taught me all I knew. They taught. So taught is the past tense of teach. Okay, so he's talking about something which has happened maybe when he was young. So now he is a poet and he's writing poems. He's a grown-up person, but then these six honest serving men, they have taught him things when he was young or when he was a child or when he was growing up. So now, don't you want to meet who Rudyard Kipling's six honest serving men are? So they are, their names are what and why and when and how and where and who. So see, all these words are the teachers or the servants, you can say, of the poet. Which words? What, why, when, how, where and who. Now children, all these words are question words. Okay, whenever you want to ask a question, you make use of these words. Alright, now who asks questions? Now the poet is saying that these serving men taught him when he was young. So when the poet was a kid, when the poet was a child, he has learned so many different things because of these servants. That means children are the people who ask questions because children are very, very curious. Okay? They're curious means they want to know so many things. They are interested in knowing so many things. That is their nature. Alright? Now suppose a child goes out into a garden. You can see these two children in the garden. Immediately they will start finding out about what is this plant, Where did it come from? When did it start flowering? Okay, who planted it here? So these are the kind of questions that children want to know. Why? Because children are very, very curious, and you will see that it is you children who keep on asking these questions. Your parents will never ask these questions, okay, because they are grown ups now. So children are curious and they are full of questions. Okay, so when you have a child, when you are a child, then you have these 6 honest serving men helping you to learn more and more and more by asking questions. So let's move on with the poem. I sent them over land and sea. I sent them east and west. Means I want to know about everything which is happening on this earth. Everything which is happening on the land, everything which is happening on the sea, in whichever direction. So I'm forever asking questions. As a child, I'm always asking questions, I'm always observing, I'm very curious. Okay? And then they say, but after they have worked for me, I give them all a rest. So after I have stopped being curious, after I have grown up a little bit, then what do? I give them a rest. I stop asking so many questions. What is the reason for this? The reason could be that my responsibilities have changed now. See the child standing and he's looking at himself in the mirror. He's all grown up. Can you see the toy in the child's hand? He's held a rabbit in his hand, but unfortunately now, instead of the rabbit, he's got a briefcase in his hand when he has grown up. That means his responsibilities have grown. He started going to work now, so he has to become more responsible and he has to be busy all day with his work. Okay, that means he will not get as much time to ask questions as he wishes to. So let's look at the next line of the poem. Let us see what it wants to say. I let them rest from 9 to 5, for I am busy then. See, 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. If your papa goes to work, if your mama goes to work, you know that they are busy. They are busy working in the office. So during this time, what happens is we stop asking questions. The 6 honest serving men disappear from our lives. Alright? And then for when you're having your breakfast, when you're having your lunch, and when you're having your tea, that time also you do not call these men, because you have other things to do. You have your phone to see, you have the TV to watch, you have your friends to talk to. So that means as you grow up, you stop asking questions. You stop being curious to learn new things. Okay? Then, but different folk have different views. I know a person small, but elderly people, people who are grown up, they have a lot of work and they forget to ask questions. But small children, they are very curious and they want to keep on asking questions. She doesn't have just 6 serving men, but she has 10 million serving men. That is, she has got so many questions to ask, who get no rest at all. She keeps 10 million serving men who get no rest at all. So all these men who work for this child, all these questions that she asks, there is no end to these questions. Okay? She sends them abroad on her own affairs from the second she opens her eyes. So the moment she gets up in the morning, she starts putting these men to work. What, where, who, when. Okay? She starts asking them to start working and finding out information for 1 million house, 2 million wares, and 7 million wives. See, so many questions. 1 million house, 2 million wares, 7 million wives. So these are the kind of servants or the serving men that small children especially have. Okay, children, so like I told you in the beginning, the poet Rudyard Kipling wants to tell us about his own life, I think. That when he was a child, he used to ask so many questions, he used to be so curious, but now when he has grown up, he has somehow stopped asking these questions because he's become busy with life and busy with work. Okay, so like I told you, the focus of our lesson today is questions. And I told you which are the words we use to ask questions. So we have this word what, why, who, how, where, and when. So these are the words that we use when we ask questions. And when you want to learn something, children, it is very, very important for us to ask correct and proper questions. So we have an exercise in the textbook which we will be doing it here now. We will be asking questions. The answers are already given to us. So let us see, and let us also see what kind of questions you ask in which situation. Okay? So questions are very, very important if you want to learn. So let us ask these questions to ourselves and learn more about these 6 honest serving. So we will learn how to frame questions today. We don't say make questions, we say frame questions. So let us learn how to frame questions today. Let us look at the answer first and then we will look at the question. So this is the answer. Mr. Patil is our English teacher. This is the answer. So if you want to answer this question, what question should someone ask? So the question should be, who is your English teacher? See, I have underlined the word your, because the question will not be asked who is my English teacher or who is our English teacher. The thing which we know we will not ask. Okay? So when someone asks you who is your English teacher, you will say Mr. Patil is our English teacher. And see, when we are talking about Mr. Patil, he is a person. So we've used the word who. Let's come to the next answer. The sun rises in the east. Okay, this is the answer. So where is the question for this? What should be the question for this? Yes, the question should be, where does the sun rise? So the sun rises in the east. So which is the word we have used over here? Where. So children, we use who when we want to ask about a person, and we use where when we want to ask about a place or a location or a direction. Okay, so we talked about who and we talked about where here. Let's see the next ones now. This is the next answer. I come to school by bus. So what should be the question? How do you come to school? How do you come to school? Can you see I have underlined the word you? If you ask, how do I come to school? It is wrong. Okay? So when the question answer is I, in the question it will be you. How do you come to school? See the word which we have used here? It is how. Okay? See the next answer? I was late because of the traffic. I was late because of the traffic. So what is the question? Why were you late? Why were you late? So when someone asks me, why was I late? I will say, I was late because of the traffic. Now here we use how and why. We use how for manner or way. Okay, and we use why for reason. So whenever you want to find out the reason, you will ask a question with why, and when you want to find out the manner or the way in which something is done, you will ask the question with how. Let us go to the last part here now, to our last two serving men. So our school starts at 11. What should be the question for this? When does your school start? When? What are you talking about? You're talking about the time. See, I've underlined your. So when the question is your, the answer will be our. When does your school start? Our school starts at 11. Okay? And see this next one. Funny stories make me laugh. What makes you laugh? Funny stories make me laugh. Alright children, so this was about the last two serving men. When and what. Let us see in which situation they are used. So you use when you want to talk about the time. Okay. When did you go to school? When did you do your homework? When will you come home? So you're talking about the time. And when we use the word what, then we are talking about information. Okay? When we use the word what, we are talking about information, some knowledge.
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.